Okay, guys, where are we? We're at the court martial of Dinobane. I'm reporting on Dinobane more than I'm reporting about what's happening in the world. You notice I've got my working clothes on, so I mean to be serious for once. Yeah. Imagine if you were to walk into a room full of people, say 100 people. Some of them were known to you as friends, but others were strangers you'd never met before. And suddenly, one person pushes himself to the front and says to you, "You're a thieving scumbag." What would your reaction be? Well, I know what mine would be in person. So you go to rush forward and take a pop at them, and they say, "Hold on, you can't hit him. You can't say nothing nasty about him because he's got a terminal disease." Having a terminal disease, or saying you have a terminal disease, does that give that person the right to badmouth you, insult you, and accuse you of being a thief in front of people you respect? No, it doesn't. Now, I've got a terminal disease. Yeah. I don't know how many years I've got left, but it's terminal. We've all got a terminal disease. My terminal disease is age. How many years have I got left? I don't know. Pause, Paul. Well, we'll get on to the person who called me a thieving scumbag in a short while. But Dinobane suffered something similar recently, but he was more vocal than I. He used words perhaps that I wouldn't have used, or not in quite the same way, whereas I would have used a stiletto to dispatch of this man. Dinobane took an hatchet to him, and it was most bloody. Actually, it was quite impressive to watch if you're into that kind of things. You probably like slasher movies as well. Anyhow, he let rip. A lot of people condemned him. I didn't think it was 100% appropriate, even though he was justified in doing it. And I'll explain why in a second, But the gobster, the sneaky blinder, sneaky blinder, he didn't like it either because he's got someone in his family suffering from a terminal disease. Yeah. I think most of us have, haven't we? Certainly you have by the time you reach my age. Empty chairs at empty tables, yeah. And Gobster didn't take a pop at Dinobane, but you could tell he was less than impressed. Okay, so we move on and we've got to dig into this case now as to what justified, what made Dinobane say what he did. Now there's a serious issue here, and all you people who've been following the story have missed it. Yeah, you have missed it. Dinobane laughed at it. I didn't. A senior police officer, very senior, once wrote about me that the Green Arrow was the last person he would want to be on his case and tracking him down. And there's lots of politicians can attest to that. Well, now I got interested in the person who kicked off this ruckus and who insulted me in front of my friends. But let's play it first. So we're going to go over now to look at what started the ball rolling. Okay, I'm not going to do anything fancy with the images. We're over on Dinobane Clips, and he's reviewing Jim Rance's channel. And I think this is the same video that caused me to tangle with Jim Rance. Listen to this for a second. Oh, by the way, no, not yet. I want to see if you pick it up yourselves.
Why are the people preaching unity the loudest actually the ones holding the knife? That is where we need to start, because you are being sold a lie. For months now, myself and my associates have been under persistent attack. Now, I cannot say 100% that my attacks are from Paul Thorpe or Richard Inman. However, another individual who I can 100% tell you is involved in targeting me is Dinobane.
What did I do? No, wait. I could understand if cock inside me, I mean Richard Inman, came out and said, well, Dinobane's attacking me. Yeah, I could understand that. Or Paul Thorpe coming out and saying, you know what, Dinobane's targeted my channel. I'd be like, yeah, it's fair enough. I have, a little bit. Because you did it to me. So, I don't mind if people come out and say something is happening when it's true. I'll own up to it. But I don't know who the fuck this guy is. I've mentioned one comment on his channel, and we're going to get into that again. Like, it is worth it though. Like, I can understand why he's angry. It's such a terrible comment, guys. We're going to get onto that. But the hyperbolic language used here kind of tells you about his character. Do you want to? Right, we're going to get in this. We're going to get into this at the end. But remember the way that he's framing this. Remember the language that he's using. Remember what he's trying to push here. Like he's some kind of eternal victim, and I'm some kind of master that's lording over him in some way. Let's listen some more.
At least Dinobane had the courage to send a message to me from his own channel, albeit his second channel, Diversity. I am going to open up here. He said AI slop.
Oh no!
Okay. Jim Rance is super sensitive. I just wish I'd kept the comments that he sent to me. They were vitriolic, full of hatred. Well, it's payback time, Jim. Yeah. Let's carry on with the story, is it? So that was why Dinobane went off on one. And it turned out that Jim Rance, if we go to his channel now here, what do we know about it? Okay, let's have a look at more. Pretty new channel, 20,000 subscribers in a short time. Sorry, bear with me. May 2025, almost 20,000 subscribers, over 1,000 videos. These videos are AI generated. The interesting thing here is that you'll notice that the videos use an AI voice. That's because I'm living with stage 3 COPD. And he has said that it's terminal. Well, that's not quite true, is it? But then again, life is terminal. Transparency matters here, and every video clearly states when AI is used. This is true. He's got to do that, otherwise YouTube would close him down automatically. But remember what he said about his terminal COPD. If we come over to Sam, stage 3 treatment can greatly COPD is shortness of breath, usually brought on by smoking, something similar. Yeah, many people live for many years at stage 3 with proper management. Doesn't affect their way of life. Up to 4 months ago, this is the real voice of Jim Rance. For the YouTube algorithm, I am reviewing this video because what I'm about to do now is what I did when I reviewed Jim Rance's video, similar to the one I just showed you, and I reviewed it in a positive light. And for that, he called me a thieving scumbag in public for doing what I'm about to do now. So if you want to try and get the channel shut down for playing this clip, you go ahead, because well, let's have a listen to the real Jim.
London Road in Leicester, and I'm just heading down towards the city centre and just doing a quick live stream just to see if the camera's any good. I'll have a look when I get back, obviously. Right, this is coming down the main part of London Road in Leicester now. This is me, this is my real voice. This is not Jim.
Okay, that's his real voice. He seems to be breathing okay there to me. Okay, but I'll let you be the judge of that. You probably hear me now and again trying to catch my breath. So that was 4 months ago. Yeah. Now we go over to here. Jim threatened to go through every single video I've got and copyright strike me for anything he found that he thought I shouldn't put up. Yeah. I don't know when he thought he controlled YouTube. And he threatened me with that, to close my channel down. I just started. Yeah. Well, I'm not so small now. But this is really funny. I don't know if I do it, and I'm not suggesting Dinobane does it. But take a look at Jim Rant's logo in the top left. It's familiar, isn't it? Now take a look at Dinobane's. Yeah. Jim Rant has plagiarized Dinobane or Dinobrain, if you're Paul Thorpe. He's plagiarized his comment, hasn't he? Yeah. Now, if we get back to Jim Rant's YouTube channel, you can see that today, after Dinobane released that video talking about it, Jim has realized he's dropped the ball and he's changed his logo to Jim Rant's. Like everything else on his channel, it's artificial, AI generated. So now we come over to here, and I've got pages and pages on AI channels and stuff like that, how to detect them. But there's something down here I want to see. I'd like you to see. Pause. I'm just scrolling down through pages and pages of information about AI. Pause, Paul. Okay, back. So I've been through all the AI stuff. I've noticed that the logo similarity. So I asked Sam, my AI companion, use a thief to catch a thief. Sam regards copyright on YouTube. There is a channel with a really impressive logo used in its videos. We will call it Channel A. Another channel we shall call Channel B, then start to use an almost identical logo but with minor tweaks. Is that allowed? Paul, good question. Comes up quite a lot on YouTube. The short answer, usually no, that's risky. There are two different areas of law can apply. Copyright. Channel A designed its own logo. That logo was normally protected automatically under copyright. That means another creator cannot copy it or create a slightly modified version if it is clearly derived from the original. Courts often look at something called substantial similarity. In other words, if an ordinary viewer looks at the two logos and think they are basically the same design, it may be considered infringement. Even small changes like color, font tweaks, small shape changes may not be enough to avoid copyright issues if the design is recognizably copyrighted. Trademark brand identity. Logos can also fall under trademark law. This is about brand confusion. If Channel B uses a logo that makes viewers think it is connected to Channel A, this can be considered pass-off or trademark. Both channels cover similar topics. The logos look similar. Viewers could mistake one for the other. On YouTube, copying another's creator branding can also fall under impersonation, misleading metadata, misleading branding. YouTube may remove the channel or require changes if a complaint is made. Did you hear that, Jim? Remember what you said to me about getting channels taken down? You might have been iced with your own petard, my friend. What is allowed? Channel B could legally create something that is inspired but clearly different in design. Well, that's enough of that. Let's get back to the court-martial, is it, guys? Now, what would I do if I was Dinobane? Depends what side of the bed I got out of. Certainly, if I was Dinobane and I'd been called a thieving scumbag the way I was, the mood I was in when I discovered what sort of person Jim's Rants is, I would go and make a copyright claim against every single video he has got. Or first I would demand that he make a video publicly in his own voice apologizing for the theft of Dinobane's logo. Now, back to Dinobane's trial. You know now all about Jim Rants. You can make your mind up about him. Personally, I would have nothing to do with the man. And in my opinion, you judge a man by the company he keeps. Is Dinobane guilty? He's charged with offending people. Well, dirty words never hurt anybody, did they? So, in my opinion, the charges against Dinobane are dismissed. You've been listening to Paul Morris and the Green Arrow, and I'm sure there'll be more to come on this story. Catch you on the next one, guys. Let's go get changed. Get out of these working clothes.